Hi team, Malcolm here. I hope you are doing so awesome. Moses. His name has gone down in history as one of the greatest leaders of all time. He led millions of people. We don't know the real number. We know it was over 600,000 men, not including women, not including children, not including the elderly, and not including the Levites. So probably several million in total. But he led them through a highly compromising transitional period from slavery in Egypt to freedom back in Canaan, the promised land, where many of their ancestors grew up hundreds of years earlier. Moses was all of government, every department. He was church leadership, every department. I mean, that's a pretty heavy load, wouldn't you think? Today we talk about leadership styles and management styles. What was Moses' leadership style? What was his management style? How did he deal with things as they came up? Well, it was pretty simple. Moses was a very wise man. And anytime there was a need, anytime there was a problem, anytime the Israelites complained, which seems to be like about every 5 minutes, he took it to God. And God provided the solution, and it worked. Now, there was one time when he didn't do that, when he made a decision in his own right. And it was accounted to him as a sin. And because of that, he did not enter the promised land. He saw it from up on the hill. He just couldn't go in. A few years later, King Saul was dethroned and replaced by David in time for exactly the same reason. He was supposed to wait for Samuel. He didn't wait for Samuel. He was given an instruction. He didn't do it. You might think, well, he's a king. He can do whatever he wants. No, that's never been the job of a king. The job of a king is to make sure God gets what he wants. That's why we say King of Kings. The kings serve God. But King Saul didn't do that, did he? And he got dethroned and replaced by David. History tells us that pre-flood, one of the things that made God mad about the people of the time was they'd discovered they had a few skills of their own. And they figured they didn't need God anymore. They could do things in their own name. And so they did things in their own strength. God was pretty much forgotten about by many. And that is what led to the flood. Getting the message? Every time we see a good king, maybe King Josiah, during the rebuild of the renovation at least of the temple, they found what we think to be Deuteronomy. And he saw that and he says, why aren't we living like that? And he turned people back to God. Anytime we see a good leader, they don't put themselves at the top. They put God at the top. They put God in the driver's seat and take everything to him. Is that how we live today? Is that how our politics works today? No, we've got people making rules and policies over everybody all day long as if they themselves are some kind of false God. Never seen anything so ridiculous in my life. Christianity is freeing, and God is the only leader. If we're making rules over someone else, we are doing it wrong. If we are doing things in our own strength, we are doing it wrong. Whatever the problem, whatever the situation, take it to God, and he'll get you through. Yeah? Take care, guys.